Your attention span isn't destroying your productivity, it's destroying your future. That sounds dramatic, but think about this. 10 years ago, being able to sit down and focus on one thing 1 hour wasn't impressive. Today, it's rare. Most people can't do it anymore, not because they're lazy, not because they're stupid, because something has changed. And most people haven't noticed this yet. Look around. The moment there's even 1 second of silence, people reach for their phones, standing in line, waiting for food, sitting in traffic, walking down the street, using the bathroom, lying in bed. Every empty moment gets filled. Every moment of boredom gets eliminated. And at first, that seems harmless. Until one day you sit down to do something important. Maybe it's studying, maybe it's building a business, maybe it's learning a skill, maybe it's working on a dream you've had for years. And suddenly you realize you can't focus. 5 minutes later, you are checking messages. 10 minutes later, you're on YouTube. 20 minutes later, you are watching a video you don't even remember clicking. And the scary part, this isn't happening because you are weak. It's happening because your brain has been trained to accept stimulation every few seconds. And that changes everything. Because the future belongs to people who can focus, and we are raising a generation that can't. The problem nobody talks about. Most people think attention is a productivity problem. It's not. It's an identity problem, because every action you repeat becomes evidence of who you are. Every time you sit down to work and immediately grab your phone, you are teaching yourself something, not consciously, subconsciously. You are teaching yourself, I don't finish difficult things, I need stimulation, I avoid discomfort. After years of repetition, that becomes your identity. Think about it. A lot of people say, I know exactly what I should be doing, but they aren't doing it. The information isn't missing. The execution is. They know how to lose weight, they know how to make money, they know how to study, they know how to build skills, yet nothing changes because knowledge isn't the bottleneck, attention is. And if attention is broken, every opportunity becomes harder. Reading becomes harder, learning becomes harder, working becomes harder, relationships become harder, thinking becomes harder. Eventually, even being alone with your thoughts become harder. That's where we are now. A world full of information and a shortage of attention. Your brain is being rewired against you. Imagine giving a child candy every 5 seconds. What happens? Eventually, normal food becomes boring. Now, replace candy with stimulation, notifications, videos, scrolling, memes, short-form content, constant novelty. Your brain adapts because that's what the brain does. They optimize for what gets repeated. So when your brain receives stimulation every few seconds, then just something dangerous happens. Normal life starts feeling boring, books feel boring, work feels boring, studying feels boring, conversations feel boring, not because they are boring, because your brain's reward system has been recalibrated. You've trained yourself to accept excitement instantly, and real life doesn't work that way. And real life doesn't work that way. Real life rewards patience, skills rewards patience, money rewards patience, mastery rewards patience, the future rewards patience. But modern technology rewards impulsiveness. That's the conflict. And most people are losing, not because they're incapable, because they are fighting a battle they don't even realize they're in. Here's a question. When was the last time you sat alone with your thoughts? No music, no podcast, no schooling, no notifications, nothing, just you. Many people can't remember. That's alarming because some of the most important ideas in human history came from boredom. Boredom creates reflection. Reflection creates insight. Insight creates change. But if every moment gets interrupted, you never reach the insight stage. Your brain never gets a chance to process. It only consumes. And eventually, you become someone who consumes more than they create. That's when years start disappearing. You feel busy all day, but move nowhere. Because motion and progress are not the same thing. Look at the people producing extraordinary work. Writers, researchers, entrepreneurs, creators, engineers. They aren't necessarily smarter. They aren't necessarily more talented. But they have one advantage. They can stay with a problem longer. While everyone else gets distracted, they continue thinking. While everyone else switches tabs, they continue working. That's it. The gap isn't intelligence, it's uninterrupted attention. And as attention becomes rare, its value increases, which means focus is no longer just a productivity skill. It becomes an economic advantage, a career advantage, a life advantage. Because in a distracted world, the focused person stands out automatically. How to build your attention span? Most people attack this problem backwards. They try to force themselves to focus. That really works. Instead, train attention the same way you train a muscle. Start small, 20 focus minutes, nothing else. No multitasking, no switching, no checking, just one task. Then stop. Tomorrow, do it again and again and again. Your brain slowly adapts. Second, remove friction. If your phone is next to you, you've already lost. Experiments beats willpower every time. Third, practice boredom. Seriously, stand in line without your phone. Walk without music. Sit without entertainment. Teach your brain that silence isn't dangerous. Fourth, protect your first hour of the day. Most people begin the day consuming. The strongest performance performers begin creating. That difference compounds year after year. Fifth, stop measuring success by hours. Measure it by depth. 1 hour of real focus can outperform 8 hours of distraction. The biggest lie about attention span isn't that it's a productive issue. It's not. Productivity is just where the damage becomes visible. The real damage happens much deeper in your identity, your habits, your future, because every day you are becoming someone, either someone who controls their attention or someone whose attention is controlled. And the difference between those two people will look small today, small tomorrow, small next month, but 5 years from now, they will be living completely different lives.